Alright guys, so where we left off was the science, okay? Now what I want to do is show how we can apply all this and see how everything is interrelated. I've got a graph, this is the graph. That's the Earth, okay? That's the equator. That's the Tropic of Cancer. That's the Tropic of Capricorn, okay? So from the Northern Hemisphere perspective, this is summer, when the sun... Have you ever noticed this sine wave? It actually goes right around the globe. So if you've got a globe of the Earth, just check one out when you go to the globe stores where they sell the globes of the Earth. Check it out. Usually they don't have this sine wave on there, but you'll find some that still have it. What you'll have is the globe, then you'll have the equator going around the centre, and they'll show you the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, and they'll show you a sine wave, this sine wave going all the way around the globe once. Okay? Now, this is the journey of the sun as it goes from the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn every year, right? Now, this point here when the sun crosses the equator, because we can actually do this, right? Let's go like this, make it a circle. And we can do the same over here. It's a figure 8, all right? It goes forever. If we put March the 21st over here, this point here, the longest day of the year is June the 21st, right? And this makes the solstice, the longest day of the year. This point over here is December the 21st, the shortest day of the year. From the Northern Hemisphere perspective, of course, don't forget, we're all here in Australia, we're down here, it's the opposite. It doesn't matter, the science is this way. Over here, this is September. I don't want to do that. I want to put September the 21st over here. So you've got March the 21st, the equinox, June the 21st, the solstice, September the 21st, the equinox, the autumnal equinox, and then you've got December the 21st, the summer solstice. Winter. Summer, winter. And that's because our Earth the axis of the Earth is 23.5 degrees. So the sun has to go 23.5 degrees north of the equator and 23.5 degrees south of the equator every year. Okay? Now, what we have here is we have two cycles. You've got to look at it this way. This is the cycle of life, this is the cycle of death. Because this is where photosynthesis happens. This is the springtime going up to the summer. So you've got all the hot months here, right? And Cancer is the middle. This is the midsummer's day, right? So the sun will be in Cancer for 30 degrees for 30 days. Cancer. There's the sign of Cancer, right? Next is Leo. And then there's Virgo. These are the summer months. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. These are the spring months. These are all, these deltas, these slices of the pie are 30 degrees. So when you see that the sun, in the Northern Hemisphere, when you see that the sun is in the sign of Cancer, because if there's Cancer behind the sun, it's June, July. As the sun goes below the equator, when it goes below the equator, you have Libra. And then you have Scorpio. And then you have Sagittarius. Then you have Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. If you keep going, you've got Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So you can see this is the figure 8. And later I'm going to show you that our numbers 1, 2, 3, they all come from this. Everything comes from this. All of it. 1, I'll just show you this. 1 is this line here of the ecliptic, and a line going down to the equator in Aries. That's where 1 comes from. 2, the eye of the bull. Remember the red eye of the bull, Aldebaran? That's 2. That's where 2 comes from. Gemini, the twins, and the sun in Gemini makes 3. 4 is from here. You've got a 4 shape and the cross goes here for 4. There's your 4. 7 is here because this is the 7th month. There's your 7. 8 is the sun above the equator and the sun below the equator. That's what the figure 8 is. That's the sun above the equator, that's the sun below the equator. It's all from the sun. I'm going to go into this later, and if you want to learn about that, the numbers that they come from here, you need to read this book here, The Devil's Pulpit, by Reverend Robert Taylor. He wrote this in the 1830s. He went to jail twice for teaching what I'm about to teach you tonight. And most of what I know comes from this. Okay? He went to jail twice because you don't teach this stuff and get away with it. You die. You get to die. Because this science is very, very powerful, what I'm going to show you. It's very powerful. And go to page 283 and you can learn about the numbers. Okay? How they come from this. Everything comes from this. Everything. All our science, all our languages, everything comes from this. All of it. The whole lot. Everything that's in the Bible comes from this. Jesus is the Son, and he has 12 disciples. Now, to do this, you can start with Aries over here in the east and go that way. That's fine. I choose to go this way, and there's good reasons for doing it. Therefore, I'm going to start with Aries over here, not over here. Okay? So, just to keep things simple, I'm going to sort of blot that out, just so you don't get confused. Now, this part here is green because of photosynthesis. This is all green. Okay? Over here we have red because when the sun falls, and the fall is another word for autumn, the sun falls below the equator, the leaves start to turn red and everything is red. Right? That's why they say, they look around in autumn, in September, and they see the red leaves that were once green, and they say, oh, the sun is passing through the Red Sea, or the sun is going down to hell. This is hell. This is where the sun dies on the 21st of December. It's the shortest day of the year. Up here you get to live. This is life. Everybody loves this. This corresponds with the 7 candelabra of the Jews, the menorah. This is it, according to Josephus. I'm going to read to you from Josephus soon. The opposite of live would be, what's the mirror image of live? Live backwards is evil. This is good, this is bad, okay? Good, take out 1, 0, you've got God, put a D there and you've got devil. This is where our story of God and the devil and this fight, this war that God has with Satan. Oh, he's always fighting against Satan. Can't seem to conquer him. But this is how misled we have become. That this cycle of good, where you live, and evil, should be physical. It's insane. It's insanity. I'm not saying that there's not evil entities. There are evil spirit creatures and there are evil human, physical creatures, but it's got nothing to do with Satan and devil. That's a Christian fiction. Okay? Satan, the devil and his demons and all these armies of bad angels, that's a fiction. Okay? And it's used to suppress us. This is hell. This is the devil, this cycle here. Because the ruler of Capricorn and Aquarius is Saturn in astrology. And Saturn is Satan. Because he rules down here, the sun rules in Leo. The sun's kingdom is here. The kingdom of heaven. This is Jesus' kingdom. This is Satan's kingdom, his opposer. And when you look at it, if the sun rules here, the opposite is where Saturn rules. Jesus, J-E-S in the Bible means the sun. Or, fire. The fire, the sun, rules his kingdom in the paradise of heaven. Satan rules the underworld. So does Osiris and Poseidon and Hades and all those dark lords and the red dragon. There's a red star in Scorpio, and Scorpio is a dragon. When you see that constellation in the sky, Scorpio, you know it's a dragon. It's magnificent. It is the most magnificent constellation, and it has a star in it called Antares, and it's red. Okay? You see how big our sun is in comparison to Mercury? That's how big Antares is as compared to our sun. But not in this scale, even more. Antares is like a million suns of our size, okay? And it's red. This is the great red dragon. The great red dragon is always fighting against the bull and Osiris. This opposition is the kingdom of light in the springtime fighting against the kingdom of darkness, the dark red lord. And this is the red dragon. You can't mistake it. If you know your stars, you will know that that's the great red dragon. And he rules in the red kingdom. Satan is red. Down here in the Red Sea. This is also considered to be Egypt. So this cycle of living and dying, good and evil, explains everything. It explains absolutely everything. All our fairy tales are here. Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood gets swallowed by the wolf. Because this represents the day and this represents the night. The summer, the winter. So what we do is we put 6 a.m. over here, 12 midday, 6 p.m. over here, 12 I don't know why. Yeah. 12, so you've got sun rising, midday, then the sun is about to set, it turns red. Little Red Riding Hood turns red every day, pretty much every sunset, not every sunset, but you see a lot of red sunsets. That's Little Red Riding Hood. And the wolf is the darkness that eats her. Not only is it the darkness, it's also the winter, because the winter, remember, the sun is red at this time. Let's see about Little Red Riding Hood. The story of Little Red Riding Hood is mutilated in the English version, but known more perfectly by old wives in Germany who can tell that the lovely little maid in her shining red satin cloak was swallowed by her grandmother, by the wolf, till they both came out safe